Fantastic. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Doctor Who fans, make some noise here at My word, have we got ourselves a fantastic panel. Please welcome Mackie! And Liam Harlan, first Doctor, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, the fantastic Curran! He's wearing a flat cap as well. I'm not liking this at all. What the hell?
Hello. My questions.
Those are your questions. That's just pertinent details, so I've got those to hand. So, hello there, welcome along. How's Nottingham treating you?
It's alright actually.
You sound surprised.
No, it's good. It's sunny. You know,
Oh yeah, bank holiday weekend and it's sunny.
I know, right?
Freaky as hell. Okay, so we obviously want to dive straight into this because we have got, I'm sure, a bunch of questions from our fantastic guests, from our great attendees. What we are going to do, if you are wanting to ask a question, when I prompt you, we are going to be asking you to line up front and centre on this centre area here. What we'll then do is you ask your question and then work round to the side. But we'll do that in about 10 to 20 minutes time because I want to get a couple of questions in first, if you won't mind.
Okay.
Obviously, a lot of people have just been asking how many fans of the Peter Capaldi era of our 12 Doctors, and as you can tell, very excited.
Just a couple then.
Just one or two. But obviously when Peter came in, it was also the introduction to your character as well, to Bill Potts. But I'd love to know what the actual touchstones were when it came to creating that character, because obviously you're coming in as a brand new companion. Was there any kind of sentences or any other characters or anything else that you were kind of asked to kind of go as touchstones to bringing Bill Potts to the screen?
No.
No. So
Next question.
So you were
No, expand. No, expand.
So you were
I've got
left.
45 minutes to fill it. Sorry, I'll try again.
So you were left very much on your own to kind of build this character from the script.
Well, essentially, when I auditioned for it, first of all, Bill wasn't really created as such. There were only three scenes I read in the audition. So. The teaser, and then the opening scene where the Doctor and Bill meet for the first time, and then the scene where she walks into the TARDIS for the first time. And they were apparently the only scenes that Stephen had written thus far. So he said that a lot of it kind of came from me as well. Like there were sort of bits and bobs that he kind of picked up on, and then sort of kind of melded some of those things into the character as well. But then yeah, she just kind of evolved sort of from that. Yeah, there wasn't really many touches. I sort of, I said to them, look, let me, shall I...
Was there any requests that you put forward?
Yeah, well, I was like, what shall I do? Shall I sort of borrow from, And they were like, no, I think it's great, you sort of, whatever you're kind of bringing is quite fresh.
Did you improvise? Did you,
No, darling, not with Stephen's text.
Not with Stephen, yeah.
Never. No, a little bit. I mean, there were some bits and bobs like, there's one line in episode 1 where Bill says that her face is just sort of moves all over the place, and I actually said that when in the record audition I was asked to. Peter said to me, "Do you want to stand up for the scene where Bill walks into the TARDIS for the first time?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. Not really." Yeah, I mean, usually for TV auditions I just sit still and try and not make my face move as much as possible because it's sort of all over the place. But yeah, I will. So Stephen kind of took a bit of that and put that into the character as well.
What was that first meeting like with Peter Capaldi?
Oh, that was mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was he? I'm very curious as to whether he schools people, because obviously he's known for being a huge Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
So he knows the lore. Was he? Did he kind of school you first, or was it a case of?
Not in the audition.
No.
No. I mean, I think it would have been quite a long process if he had. No, I think they just sort of wanted to see what I could do first before they wasted their time.
Okay. What was that first read-through like? I can imagine that was how exciting was that to kind of get to finally see a script and work through that. What was that like?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Stephen's very exciting as well in the read-throughs, isn't he? He reads all the stage directions and gets really into it. So it's really nice as well because it's kind of the only time you get the whole thing. The whole episode as one with the sort of journey, so it's really nice to kind of put it all together like that.
Oh, the 2 episodes really. What was your? Because yours episodes obviously are very emotional. There's a very strong emotional core there. Was those the exciting parts for you, or was it the action elements of the episode? What was your favourites?
Well, no, yeah, no, well, the whole canvas, as it were, was fun. But specifically, yeah, working with Matt and Curran, you know, and as any actress will tell you, you know, first of all, when I met Richard Curtis, I was like, right, Sean, my God, to be doing like a Dutch accent, you know, how are they going to speak, you know? And they're like, no.
So the Dutch porn star did not come out in
Glaswegian, you know, and it's like the Glaswegian Vincent, but it's just like, no, we cast you for you, you've got something that, you know, Vincent in you, so don't, you know, that's the case sometimes, don't try too hard. And then whenever you go through space and time, as you all well know, you know, the TARDIS and so on, you know, manipulates space and time, and you all just sound like who you sound like, you know. So, no, but some of the emotional scenes I did were, you know, when you finish, at the time that they can be quite tough to do, but, you know, as long as they have the profound effect, then that's pleasing. You know?
Yeah, excellent stuff. We are going to try and get through as many as we can in 15 minutes, but bear with us, we'll do what we can to get through. So, right, what we want is your name, and nice and clear your question, please.
Hi, I'm Daniel, thank you for being here. What made you want to become an actor? Why did you want to, you know, become an actor? Yeah.
All the way back, so to go all the way back to becoming an actor, go for it.
I've always been fascinated with people. I always when I was little, I used to walk down the road and be like, oh, I wonder what it's like to be that person. Yeah. Just to be like, what is going on in your head? What happens when you wake up? How do you feel? What on a day-to-day basis? Do you like putting your socks on? Just the mundane activities of being a human being. Everyone, we're all so different, and you can only understand other people to a degree because you actually don't know what's going on inside their head. You know, when you get to know people, you know a bit more, but. I don't know what do you know what I mean? I don't know the intricacies of your inner mind, and maybe I don't want to. But maybe I do. That's kind of what it was for me. I was always just it's just really fascinating to sort of see if you can get into that and kind of access someone else kind of through that, and just sort of find out what it's like to be someone different to you.
Excellent. David?
Well, it is the thought of pretending to be someone else, and I thought, because none of my family were anything to do with the business, we weren't theatre goers, and when I was younger we weren't TV watchers because there was no TV. Yeah, it's that far back. But I used to go to the cinema a lot, to my local Rialto, and watch all the John Ford black and white film, like Stagecoach and all those, and I'd sit there, and as soon as the film came out, I walked out in what felt like John Wayne would walk, you know? And I'd do the loping walk, and I just catch sight of myself in the mirror on the way out, looking like a plonker. And I'd go home, and I wanted to look like Kirk Douglas, because he had a cleft in his chin, you know, and I'd stand in front of the mirror for ages holding it. And then as soon as I stopped it just pinged back to my normal chin. So I think that was
an introduction to
I'm
Spartacus.
Excellent stuff. I'll tell you what, we'll try and move through the questions. Thank you very much indeed. Please, Onyx, go for it.
Hi, my name's Toby, and my question is, at these conventions, what is the strangest thing someone's given you or asked you to sign?
Okay. The strangest thing you've been given to sign
someone's arm so they could get a tattoo with my signature later. I thought that was a bit weird because I was a bit what if you then steal my card? You could then just access it. So I wrote my name on their arm instead. I was like, I'm not going to sign it because then, do you know what I mean? You could,
Well, as long as you then don't write your mother's maiden name on the other arm, I think social security on the back. I think you're fine. I think you're okay with that.
I don't know, mate. I'm not sure.
Because I spoke to Arthur Darwell at a panel about 2-3 weeks ago. He turned around and said, that he didn't feel that stuff that being presented to him was weird, because at the end that kind of like diminishes the fans' contribution to the whole thing. He felt it was just beautifully strange, I think was the way he described it. And I thought that was nice. Yeah.
Breasts and buttocks.
Okay.
Right, trump my arm there, yeah.
Was this for Doctor Who or for anything else?
There was a Doctor Who breast, and there was another breast for Defiance, and a woman got a tattoo, you know, of I think Atax's head was the character I played, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that answers.
Indelible ink, yeah.
No, okay, not just Doctor Who, I can imagine. What's been the oddest thing that you've been presented, David, considering that of the other franchises you've been in, Harry Potter? Yeah, go on then. What's been the
Well,
one
I
for
can't
yourself?
remember the particular franchise, but again, it was a breast, but on the T-shirt,
Okay.
and it was something across. And of course, with those felt tip pens, it just takes ages.
Really hard for you. Yeah.
Wow. Excellent. Great question. Thank you very much indeed. Excellent. Right then, your name and your question, please. Oh, it's all sorted out. It's all written. Excellent. Go for it.
You mean as an essay?
My name's Heather.
Hello.
Welcome. Who is your favourite actor you have worked with?
Who's your favourite actor that you've worked with? Does this necessarily have to be Doctor Who, or is it across the board?
Across the board.
Across the board? Okay.
Oh God.
Okay, we'll start with, when someone says, oh God, he may need time to think about it. So, tough, I'm throwing you under the bus, you're first. Pearl, go for it. Your favourite actor you've worked with?
I don't really like favourites, because I think especially like choosing favourite actor, like I feel like you can learn something from everyone that you work with. I feel like I've been very lucky with the amazing actors that I've got to work with. So, yeah, I mean, I just had a wonderful time. He was great though.
Nicely made, well done. David?
Oh, Pearl Mackie.
Oh, good answer! Good answer, sir! What a gentleman. Tony?
Well, no, the first thing that came to mind was Robin Williams. I worked with Robin when I was in drama school doing a bill for side film called Being Human, which I didn't particularly turn out very well, but he met us all. Bobby Carlyle was in it as well, a bunch of Scots, English and Irish, and we filmed it up the northwest coast of Scotland. The first day he met us all and he was like, how you doing, we're all playing a bunch of 12th century, medieval raiders, and he met us all, and the next morning I was in the makeup chair at 5 AM and he was sitting next to me and he introduced himself, got everybody's name, how you doing, Bob, Tony, blah blah blah, and I was sitting there and I was looking at him, I'm not gonna let him do his thing, and then all of a sudden he turned around and he went, ah, God damn it, and I was like, shit, and he went, how you doing, Tony? Do you like getting up this early in the morning? And I was like, not particularly. So he sort of broke the ice, and then for the next 2-3 weeks, it was just incredible. Talked about Samuel Beckett, how he played. I played Pozzo and Waiting for Godot years ago, and he was talking about how he played Vladimir and Estragon, are two characters, and Samuel Beckett played. And yeah, he was just incredible, incredibly gracious, and just obviously one of the funniest human beings you'll ever meet,
I can imagine he also hit you with his accent as well.
Mrs. Doubtfire was a film that he did shortly after he worked in Scotland, and I have no doubt that he...
So he stole your accent?
He stole it, yeah, every poet's a thief, you see. Why not?
Great, excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed, great question.
Could assume the role of any other character in the Doctor Who universe besides the ones you've already portrayed, what would that character be?
Okay. Are we talking in the series that they were in, or across Doctor Who?
All Doctor
across the board?
All Doctor Who.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, any other character in Doctor Who that you would play other than your own?
Well, the Doctor. Sort of a no-brainer, really.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So if we hear that Jodie Whittaker has unfortunately broken her ankle due to a stumble down some stairs from somebody pushing from behind,
Yeah, I'll expect
we need to know where you were when that happened. Fair enough. Okay, Tony.
I mean, I know, forgive me for forgetting that horrible bugger's name. He's the Dalek leader. What's his name? Stavros. Yeah. Although there's a lot of prosthetic depression involved, but he always. I thought he was such a bad bastard, you know. I played a few of them in my time. He influenced me somewhat. Yeah.
Fair enough. David, I mean, when it comes to the entire history, there are so many memorable characters. Which one would you aim for?
Well, I think I'd have to be a Dalek just to say I've done it.
not saying anything bad at all. I can image you playing the Master as well, by the way.
The Master?
I can honestly see you playing the Master because you've got the age for it.
Yeah.
You have a grand presence.
Yeah.
I think you playing the
Which
Master
is the best money, Dalek or...
Something tells me it's going to be the Master. There's more changing.
Speaking artistically, of course. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Is this your agent here?
Yeah, I know.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed for your question, and indeed a round of applause for all of our questions. Excellent stuff.
Before we finish, my cousin's just got engaged. Can you all stand up when I say? And if you could just you don't stand up if you don't want to. But could you just shout congratulations, Jill and Josh? And I'm just going to send it to them.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
You literally call me about 2 seconds.
Sounds like a plan. Okay. Let's just get ourselves the camera. Okay. Jill and Josh.
Jill and Josh, okay?
So, we're looking... Congratulations, Jill and Josh, okay? So everybody stand
You
up.
don't stand up if you don't want, but do if you do
We
want.
do, and I think... Yeah, we saw it.
Hold on.
Hang on.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so
On the count of 3, I think. Okay, on the count of 3, congratulations, Jill and Josh. You ready? Here we go.
Alright, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, Jill and Josh!
And a big shout out! Ladies and gentlemen, we'll all be up and standing and cheering. A round of applause, please. That's fantastic! Well, Mackie, David Curran and Tony Curran! Oh, fantastic stuff. Brilliant stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. It's Tony Curran! It's David Bradley! And can you please welcome Billie Piper! Welcome! Hi David, welcome along. Hello Billie, welcome to you. Welcome to EM-Con Nottingham. Yes, we've got a huge full room, and obviously they have got lots of questions, so we are going to dive very quickly into those. But I think I've got a couple of questions in for the guys. Yes, I think I've got just a couple of questions, or at least one question for yourself, Billie, just to kind of get things going. Obviously, as the